Um, I was thinking yesterday about the years that I put into this business, the time, the patience, the energy when I didn't have any, the amount of sacrificing that I did, the get up and driving 3 hours a day to get the degree when I didn't know which way I was going to go. Prior to that, uh, working for different companies and just knowing within myself that I wanted more. I wanted something bigger for my family, and I wanted an outlet to always be able to provide for my children. And just deciding to go into the beauty industry full time and never knowing and not knowing what was going to happen, just knowing that I knew I was gifted and I knew I loved it and I knew I was determined. So I remember those long nights of and long days of being in school from 1 to 11 p.m. and driving from Saginaw to East Lansing and going back home midnight, nobody on the road but me, and eyes is like holding open by the grace of God. I remember those phone calls I would get on the way to school encouraging me that I had it. And I remember one of the most devastating days of my life, which was losing my father 4 months before graduating and never thinking that he wouldn't see me in such a light that I was fighting for. But I know he does. I know he's smiling down from heaven. So I just remember all of that. And I remember telling myself, this is your baby. You are building this from the ground up. You are carrying this thing and you're going to birth this thing and it's going to be great, because I knew it was sent from God for me to do this. And I just remember the opening of my studio and all the amazing faces that was there and the people who was just excited about my baby as I was. And I remember a certain phone call from a salon that was out here, and she told me, God told me to send you people. And I was like, huh? And it was so amazing because it was my first time really being out in the public. I had been doing hair in my home, makeup at different events, but it was my first time actually being local and in the public. And she called me and she said, God told me to send you people. And I'm just like, wow, really? And I mean, I took on so many weddings that it was days where I was getting up with 2-3 hours of sleep and I was knocking out like 10 to 11 faces by myself before I even got an assistant, and everyone loved their makeup. And I was just like, oh my gosh.